Warning: what you are about to see is an actual search and rescue training exercise. This video serves as a general overview and should not be considered as a guide for conducting these operations. Do not attempt to recreate the skills or techniques shown without careful instruction and supervision from trained professionals. When someone becomes lost or is reported missing, we often hear about it in the news. You've probably heard the media use terms like rescue teams and search efforts, but not much else is said about what took place to locate the missing person. Hello everyone, I'm the thesarjester, and today I'd like to give you a brief look at what these efforts can consist of using footage from a recent training exercise. If you enjoy this type of video, please leave a like and subscribe for future content. Someone didn't come home, and something has gone wrong. Something has happened. Help is needed, and a call to emergency services is made. Within a short time, it's determined that a search needs to be conducted, and the team is called out. As the team arrives at the staging area, incident commanders have already begun several critical steps to conducting a search and rescue operation. Information is gathered to determine the point last seen and identify the circumstances that led to the person being lost. Generally speaking, lost persons can be surmised into 7 categories: missing, abducted, runaway, injured, overdue, suicide, or walkaway. Age, physical health, mental status, clothing, medical conditions. The list of factors that can affect the successfulness of search and rescue operations are endless. Incident Command gives us a briefing and then meets with the team leaders to discuss assignments.
Any no medical problems?
Yes.
What were they?
Well, he has seizures if he hasn't take his medicine. Okay? And diabetes.
We learn that our victim is a 40-year-old man who went scouting trails on his ATV and is now overdue by several hours. The victim is a diabetic, and to make matters worse, is susceptible to seizures without regular medication. The initial search is confined to an area of woods with a confusing myriad of crisscrossing ATV trails and streams. The difficulty of navigating these trails is compounded by the dark. My team is sent out, along with other teams, to perform a hasty search of one of the ATV trails. To assist us on our search, we utilize an application on our smartphones called C.O.AG. This application allows us to navigate our assigned search areas. It tracks our progress and provides real-time data to other teams and Incident Command. Oftentimes, cellular service is poor. Each team member must carry and be competent with a compass, as well as carry a secondary GPS. Flexibility and the ability to adapt to a rapidly evolving situation are just some of the few attributes highly sought after in a search team member. During a hasty search, we are looking for obvious signs of the victim. We also call out to the victim and listen for a response, or perhaps listen for the sound of an ATV. We hope that our lost person is responsive, but oftentimes this is not the case. My team comes across what appears to be a recent ATV track. This is our first potential clue. Our team leader notifies Incident Command, and we mark the position using C.O.AG. But not everything is a clue that will lead to the victim. On an active ATV trail, it's difficult to tell what is and what isn't relevant, and you'd be surprised what you may come across during a search. Unfortunately, evidence of people is found nearly everywhere in the form of trash and discarded items, even in the most remote areas. Good judgment is needed to determine what is a clue and what isn't, and this can be aided by good interviews conducted during the initial reporting phase of a lost person call-out. The ATV is found, crashed into a tree, with no one around. Incident Command directs us to perform a 360 for any additional clues. Directly ahead of the ATV is a stream. The soft mud around the stream gives us our next clue.
So,
And he might have fell down there.
yeah, let's just do an immediate check real quick. We'll need to.
Footprint here. You got a footprint? I believe so. Okay. Hold what you got, don't disturb it.
Team 1, go ahead.
Your new assignment is going to be a Type 2 search following your footprints with a 15-meter spacing.
The recent findings of the ATV and footprint had us really motivated, and I can remember wanting to blaze forward and try and find the victim. But I had to slow myself down and remember to keep looking for clues.
We got a red hat, red and black hat, standing on some brush. This box.
As we moved forward, we found a piece of clothing. Thanks to information provided during our briefing, we quickly knew that this belonged to our victim. So much of your time on a search is spent looking down, looking at the ground for clues or the trail that you're supposed to follow, the GPS, phone or tablet you're using to navigate. You add darkness to the mix and it's very easy to get tunnel vision. As searchers, we have to remind ourselves to not just look down, but also up and around. I happen to scan to my left and I see something. It turns out to be the victim.
I'm gonna walk forward since I can see it now. It's a sign or something.
The second half of a search and rescue operation is rescue. The status and physical condition of a victim can rapidly deteriorate depending on the situation. So there's a sense of urgency to get the victim out into proper medical care. Embedding medical personnel on search teams is one way to lower this urgency. Additional teams arrive at the top of the embankment. What was just a moment ago a cold, quiet section of woods is now alive with lights, ATVs, and personnel. One of our other teams lowers us a Stokes basket, and an extra team member rappels down to us. The victim is secured in the basket and lifted to the top. He's loaded onto a UTV and transported out of the woods to be seen by EMS and ultimately transported to hospital. My team and I fashion Swiss seats using webbing and hook into the rappel line using Prusik cords. Once topside, we take a moment to rest and conduct a debrief. Each team discusses the complications they encountered and how they overcame it. We also discuss ways that we can prevent those complications and what could be done better next time. The goal of these search and rescue missions is to find the missing or lost person, but it doesn't always happen so quickly. It is said that it would take a team of 106 trained searchers 3.5 hours to cover 1 square mile. Training scenarios, such as the ones we've seen here, must be conducted on a regular basis to maintain readiness and foster team cohesion. If you've made it this far, Thank you for watching this video. This was just a brief overview and not in any way intended to be comprehensive. There are many facets to search and rescue, and I hope to cover more of this topic in future videos. Until next time, stay safe.